Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin.
Hello. If I week off, you can't. Because we're live. That's what they say. We're live. Don't say fuck or bugger. Well, no sign from Tim. Oh, that's because I have us muted on the channel on the grounds I don't need to hear you because there's a delay and it'd be very confusing for me.
Back again. So let me rephrase that. Mandapai, hello, Dandy, Crispin, Demon Sub, Rumbly 8, Toffee is, and Doinoko. And I'm going to say it once again. Fuck and bugger.
Fuck and or bugger. Told you, don't say it.
Bugger
It's
off.
outrage.
Well, if bugger off comes on stream, I guess that's all when shit goes to hell.
That's true. Hella shit. He must be up here very soon. He's probably told me. I could probably check that out. I'll do that while you're looking. What's in there? What's in that? Is it nitroglycerin?
Yes. Something along those lines. It's brown.
Oh, Christ.
It's Trooper.
Oh, less bad.
Because today my parcel arrived. 20 cans of goodness.
Wow. Plip, 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 plip.
Demon Sub is painting Gutchgood for Moonstone. Moonstone.
End of July and first 2 weeks of August, bugger off's up here. Well, that's good.
That's next week.
Means he'll be up for Malifaux / Dead Man's Hand. Have to see what else we do. Watch Deadwood. What makes you think I haven't?
Cheers, lads.
Sludge. Although you're right, I haven't watched it. I've seen one episode where Lovejoy got his prostate massaged. I wasn't sure if I wanted to watch anymore. Then I found out that Al for Touchdown Bundy, the actual part of Al Swearinger was written for him, based on him. And the TV company didn't want him. So they give it to Lovejoy instead. And I would have loved to have seen Al for Touchdown Bundy playing that part. So, can't have everything.
Tuffy, I'm not sure if that's actually correct, but we'll see. If you see me running, you know why.
Did he have a prostate massage, though? Doug, I can't remember if he did. Gotchgot's good, though, for Moonstone, because he has armor. And it's not like he fucking requires armor.
Is that the one with the vault in his belly?
No, Gotchgot's a giant.
Mm.
So, you spend a lot of time attempting to kill the bastard, and then he just goes, nah, I was going to reduce that damage by 1, thanks. Bastard.
So, short story before we dive in. I had seen somebody mention weird little heads to pop on your paint pots and paint them with the appropriate paint from the pot, so you can easily see what paint is it and how it behaves on your miniature if it's a speed paint, for example.
Okay.
I'd like that idea, and since those were 3D files that they actually sold, I was thinking, nope.
Makes sense.
Today I went on eBay and found a German seller of tiny skeleton heads. Skulls, as they are called. So I've written them and asked them how detailed those were, because they had another auction which looked not so well. And they kindly replied, even though there was an out-of-office message. And as I said, and thank you to clarification on my questioning, and also thanking again for answering while on holiday. And then he was, oh, is that message still going out? That shouldn't be. Thanks for mentioning. How can I make this up to you? Choose anything from my shop up to €10 for free with your order.
Score.
Yeah, especially if you come to think of it, what I bought was a pack of 100 skulls for €6.90, including shipping.
Wow. I imagine you should probably get in quickly, folks, because this guy appears to have little or no business sense.
So
We'll be
this is
going
the
under soon.
this is the little fellow, Tikus Tabletop, and he seems to be new on eBay and is selling a lot of little gribbly bits for your bases and things. So you can get some maggots. These are actually the skulls I bought. Zombie parts, flowers, and all the little things. I haven't gotten through all of his stuff, but you can actually get 1,000 skulls for €39. So have at you. Grab
In case
all
you need
the
to make a
things.
mountain of skulls.
Yes,
How,
or
how
a
big a mountain?
throne. A throne of skulls.
Because skulls don't stack particularly well. We learned that from the Silver Horde.
Did we?
We did.
I know
Rivers of blood, mountains of skulls. How big a mountain? Skulls don't stack particularly well.
Oh, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, that's
Oh wow, Crispin, I remember that.
hello, James.
That was so
Well,
long ago.
That's one thing I wanted to mention before we start this shebang as usual. The other thing is, and this is more or less something just for the cogs in the audience, so basically everybody,
Bastards.
Secret Santa, weekly reminder. We are doing a Secret Santa in the forum. That's unofficial, not endorsed or sponsored by OTT. Get in the forum, join the link, read up.
Touch the thing. Touchy.
Yeah, I misspelled the title of the thread, so it's Secret Satan, but I loved it, so I'm leaving that. Don't at me. So
If
that's
I'm
the
reading
link.
that correctly, you've added me at Jerry, which won't get you anything because that's
Did
not my
I?
name on OTT.
Oh god, I must have been totally, or I really did, or something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, which explains why I didn't hear about it.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, I'm leaving it. You've seen the link.
I've seen it now. Yeah.
I'm leaving it. This
Christ
is
on a
not
bike.
going nowhere. This must have been the first time, like in forever, that this happened to me. Because your username on the forum is the one of the few I can actually remember. On
Square
how
Lord at a pinch.
yeah, big appendage.
Wow. What's Black Dildo? Well, clearly Ben. I don't know if it's a Secret Santa or if he doesn't know he's involved and it just arrives at his house.
Well, since Lloyd already doxed himself
Did he?
on the XLVS twice.
Yeah, but was John not supposed to go in and blur those out?
Yeah, he did, but it's
That's
a
right,
public
yeah.
traded company, so there are official registry open to the public. You can find out if you want. It's no secret.
It might be. It's no public traded company. It's a private company.
Yeah, but it's traded, and I found information on OTT when I was looking for when it all started. So there's a paper trail.
It's fascinating because obviously Lloyd's moved twice since they sold to Wayland, so I wonder how up to date that is.
I'm guessing then maybe he's safe because I think the last address I found was at the time of sale when ownership moved, because there everybody had to be. Yes, I'm here.
You can try come to my house. I'll repel borders. And I've got enough weaponry in my house to do so.
And with weaponry, you're referring to lab miniatures?
No, I'm referring to axes and swords. I used to do reenactment. I will fuck anyone who comes in through these doors. That's how this goes. And they're generally easily accessible for around the 12th of July in case I get attacked. You never know. You never know.
Were the papers in order? I don't think so.
Papers
are rarely in order.
Thank you.
So if any of you are interested in joining in the Secret Satan, join and And I know Jerry said just £50 and it's yours.
I'd be very worried because I imagine Tuffy will be taking out life insurance policies on you, knowing that they're going to get caved in when you arrive at the front door. That sounds like you're being set up, folks. Just saying.
Unless you have moved, I've got your address as well somewhere, since I've shipped some licorice to you.
Well, like kebab.
So, Ivor Kebab, hello. Glue gun to the nuts. That reminds me, who showed that picture from the Aldi advertisement in England with a big lad building his little toy truck with a hot glue gun.
Whamster Grimace did. You say that, but he's clearly not holding that glue gun. And no, I don't think he's holding that truck either.
It's Photoshopped to hell and beyond. It's
just... it's all very peculiar. But I wonder what he was originally holding and what he was doing to it.
On a case-to-case basis, this actually makes it even worse, because who in his right mind would glue a hot gun, you know what I mean, into a hand building someone a model?
But the model is assembled in his hand, and he's putting the hot glue on top.
So he's making.
So he's
weathering?
Not gluing anything on there. I don't know what he's doing.
It's like there's a German series of adverts for young people getting into electronics, and they have been a source for enlightenment as well, because there's people holding
the soldering irons,
iron at the tip.
I've seen them. There, I'll go one better. There is a university in England has like a one of the course prospectuses type of things, or college rather, and it has to get female engineers and girls into STEM, and they're like, so it has a woman on the front holding a soldering iron doing a bit of soldering, and you're going, if that's what you teach at your college, I suggest people do not go there, because clearly you haven't a fucking clue. No, don't worry. His finger isn't on the trigger jam, and I don't even think it's plugged in. So, really, he's just showing. Maybe he's using that as a pointing device for the child.
Also, the hand that's supposed to be of the child on his shoulder looks so
It looks
wrong.
Very, very weird. I think it's because it has 4 sets of knuckles. There's 2 extra knuckles right at the very end, with 2 extra fingers right there. Oh, it's not right. It should be like one of those spot the difference things. Just put it up and go, spot the differences, and put 2 side by side, and then just sit back and wait.
You could use these advertisements to teach people how to not do your advertisement. Dave.
It's amazing.
It's a source of delight. So, Speaking of delight, which delightful projects do we have tonight?
We're just going to watch a full series of The Box of Delights, starring Patrick Troughton. The best follow-up to a Doctor Who ever. In fact, I think we all just got. I mean, really, when you get right down to it, it's probably a spin-off. If you see someone, tell someone.
Isn't that the flying lad?
There is a flying lad in it, correct? Okay. Young Master Hawkins.
Thursday. Oh no, what's this?
I'm just saying, we're fucking magical, we are.
We form some jazz. Huh?
So different, so experimental, so freeform, so jazz. I don't know why YouTube can't keep up with my accent. But, fuck them. Hold up, look, speak of the devil and he shall appear. We were cursing you soundly just a little minute ago.
Hello,
hi. Trying to work out when you were down for gameplay.
So what does Thursday do?
Thursday's child is full of grace and also crazy.
Ah, the lovely
Lanchesque thingy things.
Warp spideries.
And also the Chain Stealer that he started with, where he was trying to do the Giger style, and it failed because It's an eclectic, unusual material to work with if you've not had the joy of polyurethane wood stain before. You know, there's a lot going on there. So it was very much a learning experience. But because I'd just like to reiterate this one. One, he said thanks to us.
Yeah, I've
Specifically,
seen that.
thanks to you for your Unofficial Hobby Hangout and your Hitler juice for the win. And there were some fucking amazing projects. But I just thought, yes, thanks to us because we're great. But also, I really like that. I really like the idea of it. And theoretically, the execution is great or terrible, depending. It's difficult to say. It all looks like John Blanche's throwing water at his ink or just spilled a cup of coffee across the page, which is what John Blanche's style of work was.
These jet bikes actually look like some kind of bugs sitting there, just
sitting on the leaves
to eat your face.
So it was more or less just a, what about you Thursday? Congrats, you well done. And yes, we are where it's at. I mean, if it wasn't for this Unofficial Hobby Hangout, I really would Ben even know where to look.
I'm guessing he would have an idea, but it saves him some time getting inspired by stuff.
He probably would. He often doesn't look at the lists I give him anyway, to be fair. It gets really annoying when I give him suggestions. He goes, these people shall get gold buttons. And then he goes and picks 3 completely different people. It's like, Then I have to wait for him to go on holidays again. But
and when he's on a holiday, we will have all the Lord of the Rings projects open and all of the badges and boroughs.
Oh yeah, definitely, all of that. None of them will be getting gold buttons though. Just saying. But I just think it's a prime example of somebody just going hell for leather for the horizon. Got the idea.
For the horizon.
Got the idea, and I'm going to do it and get stuck in there. And I believe, despite the fact that school is rearing its head, the plan is to continue. So yes, I hope to see more.
Once you're
I hope
in
to see
the
full
mood and in swing, you shouldn't stop.
No.
Inertia is a thing, even in the hobby. I'd say. I wonder.
Classic second edition courtesies.
Oh, why does everybody leave their toys at their parents'?
Oh.
When I moved out, I made sure to take everything with me.
Take all your shit with you, yeah.
There's nothing I left behind. Well, except maybe for some old clothes or something.
I don't know. Maybe it's because nobody can be arsed moving that much stuff. So.
Probably.
Time will tell. Also, if you weren't paying attention, Thursday, I did respond to your question vis-a-vis using acetone / nail polish remover to remove paint. I believe there's even a jerry can on it about how ineffective and not as good as Dettol it is. And doesn't smell as good either. So
I think that's the most winning point for you there, the smell.
Oh, I fucking love the smell of Dettol. It's full of piney goodness. Piney goodness. This purple stuff doesn't exist over here, Crispin. Well, we do. We have MacLeod spirits, but I don't think it's the same as purple stuff or purple power or whatever it's called.
And the other problem is the Dettol we get here is different from what you have.
Oh yeah, you don't have the chloromethyl lethal
it's
stuff ration in it. Fucking, it smells
it's
like
an inferior product.
Smells like school, yes. Yes, it does. Flame would probably also work.
What? Burn it?
Yeah.
Why would I burn plastic models?
It would get the paint off.
Come to think of it, would that be a viable option for metal miniatures, or is the melting point too low?
Melting point of white metal is so fucking low. It's so low you can light it with a lighter, and it will just go, and you'll lose bits. I know this because I've tried.
So you're saying climate change is actually a threat to your miniature collection?
I don't know what's the heat on a lighter. because it's hot. It's hotly hot. It's a form of, well, it's gas
fire.
combustion, so it'll be relatively high. But yeah.
400 degrees, says Pete. We're a bit far from that yet, but
Give it a couple of years.
how to tell someone you're institutionalized without telling them? Smell of dental.
Nom, 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 nom.
Tamiya thinner works great, says James Scotts. Probably.
Could do.
Cinnamon bang and the barbarian's cock was gone.
Oh dear. Bang, bang, bang. It's recasting when you remove the paint. Well, fortunately, that wasn't what I was thinking of when I took a lighter to that model many moons ago. I was attempting to remove some wax that I had.
And the wax had a higher staying power than the white metal.
No, the wax balled up, but I couldn't get it liquid enough to pour out, and then the metal went zoop. I was like, ah.
I know.
Anyway,
He was thinking, can I smoke it? Don't smoke your metal miniatures, lads. That's not healthy.
Just get a nutmeg grater and just grate the little lead miniatures over your dessert. That's what you do. Waste it by smoking.
Oh, please don't. That's
nutmeg grater.
No, please
Death.
don't do this at home.
Death.
Spring Clean Challenge, Orinoco.
Why was there Sexy Lloyd?
Because he had a very nice police hat.
Is he part of the Don't Say This at Home things? Is that because that looks like Sexy Lloyd shouldn't
Lloyd
have been there?
is extra. Also with a siren.
Oh, sure. There probably is, yeah. I don't know. So, what he's doing. Oh my god. That is true. Old Chuck will give you an award for it. Anyway, moving on. Or a nook.
Has finished his project.
Finished.
Oh, tiny bear pups.
Yep. Don't know how far we got down on this.
Just the first entry by the looks of it.
Right, because I also know did Doom was I think a golden butt, and I'm fairly certain the bears got a butt. Or maybe something after the bears. I honestly can't remember. It's the problem. I jump back and forth so much between this and stuff on the thing. It gets all very blurry after a while. No button. That's a fucking outrage, Orinoco. We should start some sort of massive protest.
Or maybe he win a voucher. No money from the Spring Clean.
No, I don't know. No, I would have remembered that. Anyway, so apart from the wild bears and other animals from the assault group, there's also some excellent stuff like the silver bayonet bits and pieces, the banditos from North Star in really nice settings. I really like the avant-garde Adobe background there. It's just cracking.
It is.
Oh, tally-o, bish-bash-bosh.
It's like he's doing that for a living or something.
Don't know, Dan. It's the same as dive in. He keeps diving into things. We're going to dive into the news. We're going to dive into this. And it's got to the point where I will start saying dive now as well.
Dive.
But it's one of those little verbal inflections. Everybody has them. Like, whatever. Can't. Things you don't realize you're saying. Space fillers.
Maybe I should incorporate a Das Boot action button.
Sure.
Every time you say dive in, I'm flashing the Tauchen.
Well, I don't say it though. Or if I do say it on this show, you should pick me up on it. I only say it because I'm constantly listening to him say it during the weekender, and it just ends up coming in there by rote. But getting back to Orinoco's spectacular stuff. Obviously, we've seen the Forge Fathers, but these are GCPS. The other white meat. They're not GCPS, they're scarecrows. So you've got a whole host of creep A plus shoot A and occasionally animal A.
Oh, I have these ones.
Mm.
Zombie military?
Yep. Yeah.
British? No.
No, they're older. Well, French, British, Austrian, another Frenchman from the looks of things. You've gone super close. I can't see anymore. Yeah, looks like another Frenchie. Possibly an artilleryman at the end.
Or maybe just
Boosh.
randomly painted.
They're all randomly painted. They're all healthy, filthy Napoleonics who've been raised up by the creepy Reaper Man in Silver Bayonet. Don't have to be from one army. Cares not where the dead come from.
Well, that's. Imagine being a racist necromancer. No, I can't raise you. You're the wrong color skin. How inconvenient that would be. Vampires. On their tippy toes.
Yeah. Well, one is on tippy toes, the other one's floating along. I really like those vampires. I had to paint up a set in fucking no time at all. It's very annoying. Not half as annoying as the fucking Doomed is going to be. Ben painted up a set of figures after we got them expressed out to him so he could paint them and then send them back. So I only had one set to paint up for the studio for the Let's Play. Squirrel! And he posted them Saturday the 8th. Saturday the 8th. Still no sign of them 10 days later. So filming next week, it looks like I'm going to be having to fucking put together a second group and paint the bastards up.
So by posting, you didn't mean put pictures online, but putting in a parcel and
No,
shipping them.
Posting.
Ooh,
I had
10
no idea that was
days.
the thing, Jan. I assumed that the post in Great Britain worked the same way it did in Northern Ireland.
And
Did you
by
get
that you
any
mean it's
Cowboys done?
working.
No, none of them painted anyway. Crisp, they're all cleaned, but I just need to. Did I knock over there? Was it? That was a thing of Dell. Don't worry. It sits in the post office till Monday. Easy to get lost. Oh, you're so weird. It's your crazy backwards ways.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Just put everything aside until Monday. It just makes no sense.
Probably get him the day after recording. If I get him the day after recording, Posty's going to get a fucking stabbing. Well, I won't be there. I'll have to tell somebody else to stab the postman for me. But anyway.
Tiny rats.
Yeah, tiny rats are okay, eating their tiny apples out of their tiny sack. But there was a squirrel. Did you not see the squirrel?
I did. I enhanced it big time.
Just say squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Ah, it's always good to see. Always good to see.
Is there a final glorious group shot at this?
No, because it's a ragtag bunch of stuff. So you've just passed, for example, a massive plague stage. I think it's the stage 1 alpha, one of the big primes, the new resiny one, and then there's a fire chicken, which I don't think appear in Silver Bayonet unless there've been some monumental fucking upgrades. Corruption. Oh, you're using it as something different. At least there's no bad smell of spilled bottle of Dettol. That's true. Raw Mill can't staff full time anymore. That's a shame. Well, a Zerg. But yeah,
Hello.
really nice set of figures, both the bayonet-y stuff for your fantasy Napoleonics, and of course the GCPS / Dead Zone bits and pieces, because they're fucking awesome. I'm still trying to work out how I've painted mine.
Can you imagine if Ben had shipped the painted models with a bottle of Dettol just to fill up the void in the parcel, and everything leaked, and all you get are pristine strip minis?
I mean, it'd be hilarious. Don't think he's allowed. Not sure what the limit on liquids is through the post these days. It all gets very confusing. They keep changing it.
Well, at least 20 cans of Trooper are allowed on a shipping box. It's 10 liters of beer. I'll be dead by the end of the week.
Good times.
Thankfully, in 2 weeks' time, a friend of mine will come around and we'll have a nice sit down and drink.
Drink it all while playing some form of music.
No. We'll be having a sit together on the 5th of August, a day after my birthday, so we can have a reconnection of sorts and maybe do some barbecuing and stuff.
Get hammered.
And
Throw
that.
stones at the children.
Now they get into the. They'll be sent off to bed.
Oh, it would be your children. I mean, that would be a bit much. I'm just going to sit in the front garden and just throw stones at the neighbourhood kids.
Why would I want to sit in
They're
the front
all
garden?
around for.
The back
Fuck
garden is
those
much
children.
more interesting and much more better to look at. Also, that's where the barbecue is. So, speaking of barbecue, let's roast the next.
Shut bastards! Bush! 19 Dettel versus 1980 Gloss Enamel Varnish. It works, jam. I got sent the West End Games 20mm Star Wars stuff by Recon, God rest him. And it had been enamelled, and the Dettel took it off like that. Fucking beautiful.
Wait, breaks down enamels?
Oh yeah, it took everything off. Took the world. Fuck you, world, screams Dettel while flicking the V's. Fuck you, world.
Now I want a superhero comic where the Dettol is taking on the world. Accompanied
Best way,
by
with his
Foamy
pint
the
fresh
Squirrel.
powers.
We are going to make the world smell good again. Squirrel.
Squirrels indeed. Bit of scatter from Uglip.
Uglip, he says.
Sounds like fart in a bathtub. Uglip.
Always reminds me of that old C64 game I had, Caveman Olympics.
Could be that. That would make sense. These come from the medium of the 3D print. He's left all the stepping on because he knows how much you enjoy it.
Oh, I had an argument.
Oh, you've
today.
gone full turtle fucking a croc there.
I've had an argument about that today. A small German YouTuber was showing off BattleTech adjacent terrain from a printer in Germany, and it was obviously made with an FDM printer, and the print lines were horrendous.
Good.
And I looked at the shop, and he sells that set for 120 euros.
People will pay it. People are idiots.
It gets worse. It gets worse. It has been a barrel of fun, to say the least. I looked up, because he's a reseller, so he's actually having a license to print other people's models.
Yep.
I looked up the original maker of these models. These ones he's selling for 120 in physical form are freebies from the original maker.
Of course they are. Why not? Did I
And
not mention idiots will pay it?
That got me thinking on how cheap have resin printers become these days? Just let's take a look. And I don't know very much about 3D printing, but I've heard one company name over and over again, which is Elegoo, and they seem to be of decent quality. And there's a small Elegoo printer that sells for 114 euros. At that point, I'm asking myself, why would I buy a set of poorly quality printed, straight line ridden models if I could make them a less worse version myself?
Well, two reasons.
Oh.
One, people might just need them faster than the sourcing the thing, buying the stuff, printing the things.
Fair enough.
And two, I know you don't like the stepping, but I could hit an FDM model with a hammer and it's fine. you can hit a resin model with a teaspoon and it'll shatter. And I know people are frantically typing it. Depends on the type of resin you make, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Every one I've had the misfortune of having to look at for something or other, at some point, one of the poor buggers has got broken. And when it breaks, it's like the sheerest, slickest breakage ever. It never goes back together again. It's a bastard.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, John's printer's great.
I guess you love that picture.
So funny. Never mind the picture. I was in the morning he did it. When I walked in, it was lying in the middle of the floor.
Did you
John
kick
having
it?
arrived and kicked the shit out of it about 20 minutes before me. It's good. It's good times. So yeah. So
Yeah.
some people just don't want the hassle.
All in all,
It's the same reason I don't hand sculpt things out of foam. I just buy fugu instead. Fugu.
Oh, we hadn't had one once.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, I mean, fair enough. There's reasons to buy pre-made 3D prints, but seriously, if he doesn't pay anything for the files themselves,
Yeah.
120 euros is a bit steep for my liking.
Yeah. If
For
people
me
are willing to pay it,
personally.
that's on them.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
If people are willing to pay ample amounts of money for crap, then
Has he got the license from that vendor?
I guess he has, because it's an official shop, so...
So it doesn't matter that that file in particular is free. He's paying for the license anyway.
Yeah, I've looked up the licensee, and I think they said about... It's a potential fee he has to pay, so he's not a fixed rate.
Lube is a lot of hassle, Crispin. That is true.
Anywho, if it hadn't been licensed, I think he would be in deep shit, as we say.
You know, I don't know how many 3D print sculptors actually spend any time looking for their stuff.
Oh, since he's actually using the promotional material on his shop from the maker, that's rather easy to find. So
No, I mean, the maker. If the maker doesn't sit there googling all day trying to see who's making his stuff, I imagine there's a lot of people out there on eBay and Etsy and shit like that who don't have licenses.
You don't need to
don't give a
Google
shit.
yourself. So just set a Google alarm for a picture search. Yes, Steven said, I'm
don't know
pretty
what
sure
that
he's
is or how he
cutting
did
his
that.
own throat.
Anyway, enough of this nonsense about something we're not even looking at. Uglib stuff.
Uglib.
There's so much. You've stopped moving. We've been looking at these static boxes for what feels like half an hour. Fuck my hat. Sack my cook.
Why should I suck your cook? Also,
Sack
I think
my cook.
Did you tell the audience that you're cooking yourself? So since when do you have a cook?
I don't, since I sacked him.
Oh. Hit it with the nets.
Square in the nuts. The little platforms are interesting.
It's an
I like
interesting
those.
idea to have a semi-modular.
You too can form some sort of pedestal upon which you can murder the innocent. Then pour their blood out on a sacrificial altar. That I really like. That Star Wars looking thing.
The
ancient starport set.
It reminds me of something I can't put my finger on. I think the left part of the model, the
Is
upper
it
part.
the cistern from an old toilet?
No, it looks like a.
Just checking.
Oh, hold on! I can't even show you. I think. Oh yeah, right behind me.
Oh,
It's a tub of ice cream.
it's ice cream tub. Ice cream tub. See, look at the magical.
See,
I don't think you need to turn it upside down.
there's the lid on it.
You put the lid
Ice
on
cream
it.
tub.
Wash. Done.
Glorious. What is it?
That.
It's ice cream.
Chocolate. Oh dear. Chocolate for the perverts.
Special chocolate cherry. Very special chocolate.
If you say so. If you say so.
Trust me on this one.
You weirdo. do like the industrial looking thing. If I played more sci-fi, I would really look at building some more sci-fi type stuff. Of course, I've got a mud starter coming from Fugu.
That's the
That'll just be added to the existing Star Wars stuff.
that's the biggest problem I'm having currently. I see so much things where like, oh, I'd really like to make that, and then I remember I have 63 open projects on tabletop.com to finish off at some point.
63.
Don't
Only
judge
6
me.
more. Only 6 more needed. But yeah, it's lovely stuff. I mean, not
Did
as
I
good as
leave
his
my
train, but
trademark comment? Yes, we did. Yeah, the
yes,
train
yeah.
we have seen in weeks prior.
Yes.
Manda is at 65. Oh, you show off.
Isn't there an award-winning sci-fi game out there you can play? There is, but I've got the train for that. Because I have
multi-award-winning miniatures.
all the Mantic sci-fi train
I
in
feel,
speeds.
I feel Modestone actually should put that on the front of the rulebook. Multi-award-winning
Firefight.
miniatures game.
He hasn't picked up on it yet, although I do keep mentioning it every time he posts something. So maybe I'll catch on eventually. Don't you mean the multi-award-winning Moonstone? He has started putting the 2 awards on his Moonstone page, which is good.
Well, to be fair, if you're getting an award within the industry, why not show it off?
Fuck yeah.
Especially if you're a small company.
Plenty of other cunts show
Yes.
off their stuff. So why the fuck would you not?
Worst part are those who just put in a quote randomly from a review, and if you put it into context, it suddenly isn't that glorious of a.
Like the Tom Hardy masterpiece Legend. Have you ever seen the movie poster for Tom Hardy and Tom Hardy starring in Legends?
No.
Tom Hardy played Reggie Cray, and Ronnie Cray was played by Tom Hardy. And the poster is Tom Hardy on the left, then on the right is Tom Hardy, and then it's surrounded by like 5-star quotes, like 5-star, The Mirror, 4-star, The Independent, 5-star. And it's just bump all the way around them. The Guardian give them 2 stars, but they put it between Tom Hardy's 2 heads, so you can't see the fact that it's only 2 stars. Every other review is 4 and 5-star. It just happens that it just fits between their ears, so you automatically just go, probably another 4-star review there. But it wasn't. It was only 2.
Technically, they're not
Beautifully
lying.
done. It's the best kind of correct.
Well,
yeah. Tom Hardy had his moments, whereas Tom Hardy was just, I think he was phoning it in a lot of the time.
If you draw your conclusions about everything else that's on the poster, that's on you.
Yep.
They surely didn't want you to think of anything else.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, Jordane's.
Who's showing off gold buttons here? Bugger off. I'm not showing off any gold buttons. Why should I?
He doesn't want to flash them in public.
Also, I never knew why I even got them in the first place. I mean, okay, the first ever gold button was actually interesting, but
gets very drunk sometimes. I'm just saying.
Just sometimes.
Just sometimes. He's just roaring drunk, and he just screams the golden button winners over Discord into Justin's face. That's how it happens. Being Tom Hardy would be amazing. Anyway,
Speaking of movies, I've watched Dune last night.
Excellent.
The remake.
Lachlan in that is amazing, but he's not half as good as what you call him? Passed away. The man-child is strong. He will have sanctuary in my tribe.
Oh yeah. No, not Tom Hardy, I guess.
No, not Tom Hardy. Oh, that's going to annoy me. Oh, I'll have to look it up.
Sting passed away. Different Dune.
No. So Sting didn't play the leader of the Fremen.
Nick is I think referring to the old
June. There's
Min
nothing
Jing?
old about it.
The guy who plays Titus.
Guy who plays Titus. He did pass away, yes. Banger guy. Ray Stevenson.
Titus in Rome. Stilgar.
Stilgar, thank you. But what was his name?
The actor's name.
I'll look it up while you scroll.
Oh,
Joe Dane's finally gone back to painting up some more of his things. Apparently he didn't run a game, which is very annoying.
No.
Which
And
means he stopped painting all his stuff, which is very annoying.
It's
He was
just
in-
a short update.
He played Big Ed as well in Twin Peaks, the gas station attendant. You all remember him, Big Ed. Good looking guy. Everett McGill. Fuck yes.
113 down, 54 to go. Well, that's
Getting
some
closer.
number.
Getting fucking closer.
The stars start to align. Javier Bardem, says Barbarov.
More deep.
They haven't called him Morty in the first movie yet, have they? I don't think so.
Nope.
I was very tired at the end of that movie. Napoleon trailer got a lot of memes out of it. Yeah, I guess as much. Though the only one that stuck with me was the one where, what was it? He came from nothing and conquered everything, and then some British military chaps with teapots in their hand hold my tea.
I think that's Wellington.
Ah,
That would be my guess.
why should I know? I think it's a wordplay on Waterloo, I
Everett
guess.
McGill plays Stilgar. See, all these fancy fucking new people can all fuck right off. Everett McGill was Stilgar. That's how it works. Gertie Halleck was played by Jean-Luc Picard. But Deeb was Cam McLachlan. Really fucking simple, people. Make me come over there.
I just love how you made Patrick Stewart, Sir Patrick Stewart, just Picard.
His name is Jean-Luc Picard. That is his name.
And he's captain, not admiral. He's captain, bloody hell.
Sometimes his legs don't work. He has to rule about the place in a chair. Anyway. Kabam.
Oh no, he's forcing me to do more. Where's that button?
Yeah, I like that.
So we had mentioned Apple Mac a few times, and we asked him very politely to do better reporties.
Yep. Not only that, completed the fucking Saga challenge, you fucks.
Oh no! Did he?
Where's your Saga Forces cats? Yes.
My Saga forces are still in the shop.
Oh, you're just the worst person in the world. So last time I was here, like start June, when he was working on his terrain and boat and stuff. So not sure if we'd been there subsequently. However, the actual forces were finished, and since all the forces were finished and all the terrain was finished, then Apple Mac did the Lord's own work. Did a battle report. Look at that. Look at it coming up the beach. Ah, fucking beautiful. Look at the little A-framed cottages with grass over the top so to hide them from other Viking bombers. Smashing.
Viking.
That's why they put grass over the roofs, so they couldn't be seen from the air. Why else would they
I'm
do
pretty
it?
sure that's how it works.
That is exactly how it works. I will cut you.
I love the fact that he used self-made explosion shots and movement arrows. It's just lovely. This looks
Look,
like
arrows pointing where shit's going.
yeah.
I asked before you start. Sorry, because otherwise I'll forget. I asked Justin, if we could get some, like explosions and arrows and stuff edited into some of our battle reports so people can keep an eye on where things are going. Justin's response was to order a set of acrylic arrows from like Great Stuff World, so we could put it down on the table. It's just like, anything that means you don't have to do another iota of work, Justin. For fuck's sake, just edit it in. You can't. Anyway, you were saying.
I think the fact that he's actually making these little arrows and explosion shots and doing the battle report this way makes this look like a game how it should actually feel while being played. So this
mean, you can see what's happened there. That's a double move and a combat.
And it's also oozing what you call it, love for the game and how you feel when doing a game you enjoy. It's not just a technical battle report with, I've rolled 59 sixes and now you're dead.
I was thinking about doing a jerry can on it. Then I thought I'd done a jerry can on it, and then I realized I'd done a video from my YouTube channel ages ago on it, and then I deleted that channel. So
you have mentioned Battle Chronica on the Hangout more than once.
Because it's great. I've had my fun, and that's all that matters. Hairy hands. Anyway, so yes. So the Vikings went up against the I think Anglo-Saxons is what Apple Mac were playing. And yeah, you get this lovely little battle report with quality bits and pieces demonstrating everything, so you know what's happening, you know where people are going. Look at that maneuver, look at them coming swarming, hiving down off the hill, through the trees like bricks.
Also, what just springs to my mind, if you're using these kinds of arrows for a demonstration game, I think it's much easier for people to keep track of what is going on.
Downloading got very confused. It can be confusing, Dave, yeah. Especially when you start playing around with adding extra shit and stuff. At one point I accidentally pressed a button and it turned all the bases into like circular.
No!
I'm going, why is this even part Battle Chronicler?
I know the answer to that. That's, you hit the 40K button, so you went into the future 40,000 years. And that's why you suddenly are on round bases.
Jesus, can you imagine? Anyway, so...
I can. I wish I couldn't.
So, there is a delightfully short but fully informative little battle report in 3 parts: your beginning, your middle, and your end. It's like a story, but told by the medium of saga and arrows and explosions, and does tell you all you need to know about Apple Mac's dice rolling, which apparently is very similar to my own.
That bad?
Well, you know, there's an awful lot of my Hearthguard charged into levies, which should be Mincer time for any levy unit, especially if they're Anglo. It might have been Anglo-Saxon actually rather than Anglo-Dain. Anyway, but yeah, Hearthguard anyway, 2 attacks each, even without any abilities. Armor 5 up against fucking levy, little armor 3 dungers. They should just be weighted in one foul swoop, and they only cause 1 casualty. But you're going, oh dear. Oh, no.
That reminds me of my last game of Battletech last week on Thursday against my friend Carsten. I think I rolled 10 dice with an all-in Alpha Strike. I had to roll 8 plus with 2d6. I hit once.
There you go. See, that'll teach you. Not so clever now.
And that went on for about 3 rounds, and then my Mac was on the ground, and we said, okay, let's call it a day. I'm not getting up again. I need to roll a 12 on 2d6 to get up again.
Well, there's always the next time.
I'm pretty sure it's the heat that's causing my dice to not roll well again. I'm blaming the heat.
Has it undone the baking that you did?
Yes. I never baked them, so I'm...
There's all that time wasted. 180 degrees, 20 minutes. Bosh.
All done bugger up.
Anywho, so
Yes, Apple Mac,
fancy it.
extra well done.
Cheeky little
Anerkennung.
saga thing, all done and dusted, complete, tied up with a bow. Beautiful.
I'm
Just like
guessing this should be another gold button at some point.
As soon as, I don't know when Ben's taking his next holiday. I'll keep an eye out. Anyway.
Blipverters, what have you done? I don't know, you tell me.
So, Clash of Spears. Blip's been, obviously, we've seen back reports of Blip anyway. For Clash. And both him and his opponent have been writing up their I wouldn't say opposing views.
Their respective battle
their
report?
respective sides of the battle report. I think I'd linked the blog post from his opponent before. If not, it's
We've looked at
this
it
post at the very start.
2 weeks ago.
But I just really like that. I mean, obviously it's not as nice as the Aventine one, being smaller and plastic, but you can't have everything.
Look at those nice little transfers.
Yeah, little Big Man Studios, their transfers are the Mutt's nuts. Look, there's Alexander looking over his shoulder, making sure he's doing it all properly. Go on, Cadmos, you bastard. It's a really, really effective paint scheme. It's very quick, very easy. And then cover it in little Big Man Studio transfers and go, wham. I'm fucking, look at me, I'm a legend. Look, the fucking elephant curtains and everything.
At some point, I need to find a biologist.
Sure.
Somebody firm in the science of animals, because there must be some kind of odd spider that has a frickin' time of its life making one tiny strain of spiderweb on your miniatures, just
you say
when you're
that,
priming.
But if I was a betting man, I would say that has all the hallmarks of a brush bristle from applying a matte coat or a varnish to it, and he didn't realize it was pulled out, and now it's just stuck there. If he just goes in with a pair of tweezers and just removes it.
Could as well be, but at the same time, I've had this so many times.
Could be pube soup, could be.
Having my built and assembled miniatures.
And then tried to escape.
What? Escaping more times.
Oh, fleeing from the figure. Good times.
It has seen the Jerry. It's trying to escape. Well, it's no matter how carefully I look at my miniatures prior to priming, I get inside back, and there's at least one of those buggers somewhere. And at that point, I've never had touched the model with any brush whatsoever. Put it up on Reddit. Is it glue, brush hair, cat hair, or spider butt rope?
Who can say for certain? I remember being at the Northdown Warlords. They do like an annual bring and buy auction type thing. And one of my mates bought a set of Space Wolves that had been painted by another ex-GW staff member. And when he bought the thing, it came in a figure case, and he opened the figure case, we were looking at it going, what's that little curly hair stuck in the foam there? At which point, I don't know if you remember Sean Toros, but Sean, he was still the manager in Belfast at the time. It was like a group of 5 of us down from there. He was just shouted across the entire venue because it was the end of the day and people were catching up or collecting the stuff that hadn't sold, and it was just, Jason, get over here and remove your pube from this figure case. I just stood there holding it while Jason came across the thing, very red-faced. But to be fair, Jason, clean shaven all the time and very short hair. So there was only one place that long, curly ginger fucking thing was coming from, and it wasn't anywhere above the neck.
Well, maybe he had very bushy eyebrows.
No, it was Jason used to paint a load of stuff. Yeah, he was an English fella. Worked in Belfast twice, worked in the store, left, went to somewhere like Loughborough, came back because it's not spelled correctly.
Andy
But yeah, anyway.
McCormick Space Wolves.
Don't know where they're
Isn't sticking pubes to minis called Turnip 28?
I think so. Probably.
Don't make bad jokes while I'm drinking beer. That's a horrible mistake.
First time I was looking for it, Pete, I'd only ever seen it written down. So I was saying to somebody, where's the Loughborough store? And they're going, what? And I went, Loughborough. And I went, what? I went, Loughborough. And then I spelled out, they went, oh, you mean Loughborough? You go, no, it's either Loughborough or Loughborough. You can't change the same 4 letters twice in the same word. You can't. Pick one. Don't be jumping back and forward. It's not right. Pick a fucking way of pronouncing letters and run with it. Anyway. But yes, Braddockleys, constant ongoing campaign in the Med. They're having a lot of fun stabbing each other up. Look at them. It's all their tiny little things, a massive mushroom house.
I was just going to say, isn't this the universe of the Smurfs with these giant toadstools? They are called toadstools, are they?
Could be a toadstool, could be a mushroom. There's a way of telling the difference. Don't know what it is. It's like toads and frogs.
Is it?
Oh. Ooh.
What's the actual name for that red cap with white dots?
Red cap.
Is it
Is
red
that not
cap?
what it's called?
Oh.
Oh.
It's called Fliegenpilz in Germany.
Oh, very interesting, Mr. Bond. Very interesting.
And I've been told it's very tasty. For once.
Fly a Garrick. That seems far too clever a name.
Warbost, welcome, you silly kid. Where
Rory.
did you leave your comrade in arms?
McCabe's got 2 C's, mate.
Redcap was kind of goblin. Well, maybe.
I mean, Lurger Burger's close enough at this point. You can't pronounce half of that laugh and the other half Burra. Can't be done. It's not fair on anyone.
He's not painting Assassin's Creed. Is he at least finishing something?
Stop beating Assassin's Creed. Oh man, that's a shame.
Dear Mr. Dave Cookie Cutter, get your shit done.
Anyway, yes. So we hadn't been here in a while, and
No.
plenty of new stuff painted, and obviously more battle reports, which are obviously excellent.
And
So
very
that's-
vibrant violet.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be the king, then just get everybody to wear the old purple. Show it all off.
We are the king's men. You die.
Well, say kings. You know.
Oh, look, there's a chocolate golden Christmas coin.
Could be that. It's entirely possible. It's not. There's only one way to find out.
Why would somebody tease you with that if that wasn't a chocolate coin from Christmas?
I've no idea. It's like that time the people made the whole currency thing after the chocolate gold coins they used to get at Christmas. They decided the best way would be to use them for actual cash money. Unfortunately, they couldn't use chocolate, too melty, so they had to just use real gold. Very disappointed.
There's a local street musician that way back when he was younger, because he must be in his 80s now. At Christmas, he actually made himself a angel costume, and for the wings he used nothing but the flat hammered parts of the chocolate coins.
Fancy.
That looked so awesome. I guess he's not going to hear this, but mate, you're a legend. So, after all these nice battle report pictures that make me want to take a hot minute off, where do we go next?
I want you to take your what off? You're wearing a hot mini.
Maybe. Dreadball, but Ukulip again? Round bases. Nah.
It is.
So what is Uglip been up to?
Well, the Dreadball Fantasy League is going great guns into round 2. Right off the bat, I appreciate people's team names.
29ers.
iFumble is obviously great, and I imagine that's probably a robot team, because if not, why would you have like an I in there? I just like the iFumble idea.
E.T.
Anyway,
Farnsworth Traveling Curiosities, Dice
Yes.
Mafia, Omni Carnage Prototypes, iFumble, Tears for Spheres, and Trip and Falls.
Tears for Spheres is great. We all know that. It reminds me of the time we used to have the Blood Bowl leagues named after terrible beer.
There is such thing as terrible beer?
There is, yes. The Carlsberg Special Brew and the Tennant Super were the 2 leagues that we ran simultaneously. But apart from I can't call them game reports, but we do see games being played, and we can see league tables. Look at them with their lovely painted figures, all lovely and painted, and running around a board. Seriously need to paint my fucking teams and then bring them down and force people to play. I did that one time. I played like 8 of the little shits I lined up and made play because I have that many spare boards. It was great fun. Well, I had fun. I don't care about the other people. Fuck those people.
It looks like a very small playing area.
Well, yeah, it's just a board game. You just need a pitch. One of mine is smaller than that again because it's just the acrylic pitch. And then you don't have any of the other country room and stuff. You just have to. Well, it has the turn tracker and the score counter, but it doesn't have the places for the cheerleaders and places for the.
I was actually referring to the actual play area where the miniatures went.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it
looks like it's
tight.
smaller than Blood Bowl.
I honestly can't remember. It's been so long since I played Blood Bowl. But if you think of Blood Bowl being a inferior fantasy version of Dreadball, you're probably not far off it.
I, for my part, pretty much enjoyed Blood Bowl, so.
Were you like a chess master? I was like that kid who took on like 27 chess masters at once and lost every game.
All.
Yeah, it's that type of thing. No, the Dreadball Extreme, the street game version, is I think still a tenner if they have it left, and if they do, it's a fucking bargain because you get 2 teams and a load of extra random shit in it, and that they can be used in the standard Dreadball anyway. So happy days.
Why can't they?
What? Who? What?
Did you just say you can't use them in standard Blood Bowl?
No, I said that you can.
Ah, okay.
So essentially, you're getting 2 teams plus accessories and some MVPs for fuck all.
That sounds like a very cheap game to join in.
Yeah. Oh, it is. By Grabthar's Hammer, what a savings. It's not award-winning, though, that is true.
Not yet, at least.
Thunderbird and Merrydown. Oh. Shocking wine. Thunderbird wine.
Look at them enjoying their game and their painted miniatures. Horrible people.
It's madness, isn't it? It's madness. Look at them all playing same game in a row. Fuck's sake.
I think I'll have another progressive lager.
Oh. Fancy.
It says a lot about a beer if it's, for my taste, is that good that I need to order a whole box of it. Because it's not available locally. Fucking wankers.
Yeah, but Dreadball's pitch is perfect for the size of the game.
Maybe it's just irritating because it has these pointed ends that somehow shifts
It's just a hex map.
yeah.
Everything's hexes. Hexes are great. See all that wasted space in Dreadball? Like your entire opponent's half of the pitch? Get rid of that. Don't need it. Right off the bat. Just saying. It's very dull. Very dull. Especially if you're playing a
Sitting
Chaos
on
Warrior
the Universal
or
Church hall chairs.
fucking undead, and they just line up in the funeral march and just walk forward one square at a time in the funeral march, and you can't fucking break down Mummy's defense because it's ridiculous. Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah, so where do we go from... Where does the pitch take us from here? From Nice Little Dun Uglip? League report.
Yes. Bish bash bosh.
Oh no, that's the wrong one. Oh, Collins, glue, scuttermold, and brown paint. I hope he doesn't drink it. The world of
Might do.
dead.
He might do. You don't know. There. Collins
This
has
reminds
been...
me of the barn where all the zombies were in.
Probably a reason for that. It's probably because that was made for the Walking Dead game, and that's to represent the barn where all the zombies were.
Oh, he's sneaky.
Yeah. Oh, Matsudan are fucking great. Although I really like the Teratons. The teleporting space turtles. Fucking great. Try and hit them in the back, just teleport out of the way. Amazing.
Oh, Pete gets a shout out on this one. So thanks to Panzer Kaput, instead of processing a lot of cardboard, some drawer liners.
Oh yes, once again, House of Water hashtag Best House has been coming together gangbuster style to use the collective wisdom of the House of Water to upgrade his Herschel's barn. Drawliners were fucking inspired, Pete. I don't know where you found them, but you're a legend, and I will be at some point ordering a shitload of them myself. Annoyingly, I've got a stack of corrugated card that I ordered, like craft stuff, specifically to make Gangs of Rome tiles, and fast forward a mere 3.5 years later, and I've still never got around to assembling. Well, I'm waiting on Rome to be assembled for me, to be fair. That's all down to Lloyd. But it means that stack of corrugated cardboard is never going to get used. Now that I know that there's a plastic version that isn't as expensive as buying the actual styrene ones. I was looking at a load of fucking metal foil at one point as well.
I've actually bought one of these little rollers where you put in foil and just turn it.
I've got one of those as well. There were so many things that I was thinking I would use, and now Pete's come along and went, bitches, I just use this. And then he flicked the proverbial V's at everybody and dropped the mic, and we all were all left going, okay, Pete, I guess we're all ordering drawer liners now. Do you have an affiliate link on Amazon? Do you get money for this, Pete? Just asking. Is this how you paid for your 3D printer? The kickbacks from the old draw liner game.
Maybe he's invested in the company making the draw liners.
We see how it goes now. Anyway, so yes, zombies and dead peoples and doglets and all sorts.
And corn.
So, yeah. You could be doing that thing that all the YouTubers do. Click the affiliate link below to be taken to the Amazonian Primes.
Peter's holding all the drawline stock.
Another standard setup, but just removed all the two-dimensionality and just actually produced the fucker in 3D. It's just, I think he got a runner-up, didn't he? No, he didn't even. He got a fucking honourable mention for... Fuck me. Anyway, yeah. I just love this. And it makes me want to paint my Walking Dead properly. Unlike my original thought, which was just to do them all grayscale. like the comics. And now I look at them and go, maybe I should actually put real colors on them,
Oh,
and then just have the things and stuff.
or, and hear me out on this,
Yes,
or
yes.
you get 2 of each and you do both.
Can't get two of each. Don't make it anymore.
Well, I'm pretty sure
I had
somebody
two of
is.
each at one point, but I sold the set to some Norwegians.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, you know. Look, there's
So many
busting skip
contrasting
divers.
paints.
Yeah, I mean, if you go through it, it's just outstanding. What I should do is sit down and do it in a Warboss style, where I go, here's the initial X number of narrative scenarios. These are the things I need to paint for them. Maybe keep the idea for the Walking Dead walkery type things in the grayscale, and then just paint the real people. Is that my questioning voice? Seems like an awful lot of hassle.
The undead.
The undead, yes, the definitely alive. Those. Yeah.
No, the differently alive would be the undead again. Just because we're not alive doesn't mean we're not feeling anything.
Undead, yes. Unperson, no.
That's the one I was looking for.
I know. I just thought I'd help you out there. Because I'm
very, very kind of you, sir.
Beneficent. He too had the same problem that everybody has, in that the spinny dial spins far too spinnily, which is really annoying if you hit the table and all of a sudden it goes off book.
Does it just go wee?
It goes wee. I think I magnetized mine. Presumably he's also magnetizing his.
Well, there's a magnet, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing he did that.
There's Billy and Ben, but that's not the same Ben as Fuck Out Ben. He knows what he did. That's a child. He's probably going to get eaten.
Yeah, the band is on the right, for some odd reason holding a gun.
Well, that's, only to be expected in these trying times.
I think you do know the meme about what I think I'm going to be in a zombie apocalypse, and then you see somebody fighting for his life. What I'm going to be in the zombie apocalypse, and there's a zombie in the third row in the back somewhere going, ah.
Pretty much.
Let's face it, people, we're all going to be zombies, or very dead, or both.
Might not be. I do also like the fact that there's a poster
On the bus stop.
Yeah. They live. Don't know what's for. Presumably some sort of film, but not the Rowdy Roddy Piper. They Live,
Roddy Piper,
which is an amazing film, but contains aliens, not zombies.
And
so
very interesting sunglasses.
Yep, cracking sunglasses. Yeah.
Judging by the characters over the line of They Live, it's some kind of Japanese horror.
Bus is still stopping at that bus stop. I think the buses have all stopped, so they no longer stop at the bus stop.
Schrodinger's bus stop.
It's got a timetable though, so you just have to wait.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but somebody should have told me before visiting England that you have to make yourself known to the driver so they actually stop at the bus stop and not just drive
It depends
past.
where you are. To be brutally honest, our bus drivers will. If you're standing at a bus stop, they'll stop.
Yeah.
In the most of the towns, it's only when you hit like Belfast that they'll plough on past you at Mach 9.
In Eastbourne, that didn't happen. I was standing there watching gleefully as the bus arrived and just go whoosh. And then somebody mentioned to me, yeah, you need to wave to get the attention of the driver. Fuck the hell.
What if you wave and get a taxi stops? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Respect my authority.
Anyway.
Let's venture on. Shamble on, to
you
say.
You could be there forever, ever in a day. Dun, 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 dun,
Over the top of my Dinsian. What is he shooting at?
Based on those gentlemen there, probably Turks.
Why does he do that?
Why
Because
would
he's
you not?
playing Blood Valor. Well,
Oh,
this is
yeah, I
one
mean,
from an
yes.
ancient
What's
Spring
that?
Clean challenge. Not even 2023.
You're going to be allowed. Yeah, well, that's true. You have to have your bus pass to get into. That's how that works.
Too young to be allowed in Eastbourne at all.
I
Why?
think it's like a retirement village or seaside town. It's where loads of old people go, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Also, I was a foreigner.
yeah, but they couldn't tell that from looking at you. Well, the fact that you were young and in Eastbourne probably led them to believe such.
I and because we're in a huge crowd arriving in a yellow bus screaming
Oh,
language to us by ...
oh, I imagine most people in Eastbourne still remembered the war at that stage. That's why they didn't stop.
Well, I was on that holiday. We were all sent to families to live with. So the host mother we lived with, I and another mate, was very nice to us. And yeah, she was as old. She was actually a grandmother at that time. So working as a butcher.
Sorry, I just seen Doug.
People move to Brighton to die, and when they die, they move to Eastbourne.
Classic. Anyway,
Well, to
so
be
yes,
fair, it's a lovely seaside town, and I
sure.
enjoyed every week there. It's one of my happiest childhood memories, so that's telling something, probably, potentially. I loved my 3 weeks there.
It's the way to do it. So,
I had fun at the video rental store because in Germany you couldn't go to a video rental store if you were not full of age. So
full
I
of
went there
kids.
and rented some nice little videos like what's it called again?
Confessions.
RoboJocks
Oh, okay.
and RoboJocks 2 and all
There you
those
go.
nice things.
It's a bishop bashing story, maybe. Did you mean Lovejoy in Eastbourne? Oh,
I'm not going to answer that question. That's way too far in the bypass, and also I'm a wee bit drunk.
the man with the permatan skin. Good old
Well,
Lovejoy.
let's get back to this. So, mortars.
Yeah, a whole host of support weapon for mostly for the Germans. Some British. The British also get one of those tiny little tonks.
Tonks. Oh, I see it there in the background.
Look, there he is with his tank rifle, hoping to knock that tonk out. Oh, I'm going to around 11 say that's not going to work.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Why not? If he has a lucky shot right through the slitted front where the driver's looking through.
He's got End of Empires. Oh, hang on a minute. Do I own End of Empires?
If not, it would be a first. Finally got my copy of this add-on for Blood and Valor. Like the addition of new units for existing forces and new scenarios. The army lists are so vast, but I wish they'd given more context to the various Russian lists, as a bit of homework is required. But I can now use my Irish units.
Always. See, there's a man who wants to recreate the Easter Rising or just do the GPO on a table. See, Mick? See?
Does he need tanks for that?
Well, no, because obviously that would be for the World War One. But like he's got his little Matildas tinkling along the place going pew pew. What's it, Bertie and Gertie? Is that what he called them?
Yep.
God bless them. I'm trying to get John to do one of the A7Vs for a while now.
Has John made any progress on his mouse?
Yeah, we've got the base done now.
So after kicking the shit out of the FDM printer.
After kicking the shit out of the FDM printer, he then bought a new one. And the new one sits opposite the husk, the shell. It's like crucifying somebody for being bad at their job on a wall, and then making the new guy sit directly opposite him on a desk and do the same job. Don't fuck up. See what happened to him? It happened to you. Don't fuck up.
Welcome to our company. This is your desk. Why is my desk made of human bone?
Very much so. Look, it's the Ra.
It's
the
a
Ra.
Guinness ad. Yeah, very nicely done, mister.
Just needs his GPO though. I mean, there's no point in having them outside a pub if you don't have a GPO to defend, for fuck's sake. Oh man. Come on, do it. Build a GPO.
How many 3D printers did it cost to get the bottom done? did he
But just
have
once
to
so
go
far.
to an anger management course?
No, I don't think so. It was probably justified. Who knows? I don't know. That's why I stay away from 3D printing.
See, when he first posted the picture of the printer on the floor, I wouldn't have guessed that he had actually somehow used force on it. So he couldn't have been that riled up.
He unplugged it, picked it up, and threw it about 3 meters across the room.
Well,
And then went over and sunk the heel into the bed on it.
In that case, the construction of that
Construction's
thing
very
is
good, but it's
very
mostly
good.
It's mostly just steel girders. You know, there's not much to it.
John Smash.
Very much so. Very much so.
Now I need to find a picture of him looking angry and Photoshop him green.
Just any time Warren's on the XLBS. That's how you're saying.
Justin, next time Warren is on the XLBS and John is there, make John green.
Anywho, yeah.
Can we get that recreated for an XLBS episode? Well, if a camera had been rolling, I think this is something that should have gone into the B-roll for the Christmas special edition.
I mean, there are cameras in the building, but not that time of the day, and none of them outside where John is shot putting his 3D printer around. So
Redverse has similar feelings to John when Lloyd's holiday snaps come on. We'll just send John green face paint.
That also works.
I'll do you one better. He'll just send him a little snippet of green foil to put over the webcam.
Oh, just a little gel.
No, a green foil like you have for the overhead projectors.
Yeah,
And
they're,
then
they're called gels.
Oh, okay.
When they use them to tint the color of a camera.
Yes, friends of General Haig asking the real important questions. When do we get the episode with Jerry Stockholm Museum pics?
Who knows? Who knows? And then we have to narrow it down to which Stockholm Museum it was. So there's the Army Museum, got plenty from there. And then there was the Medieval Museum under the Riksdag.
You need to do the Tank Museum.
Then there's the Tank Museum, Arsenalen.
When John
but that's
is
not in
there.
Stockholm.
And then you need to do the other museums when John is there. Just to annoy him.
I mean, there's so many. Very many.
Or you could just make a slideshow and put it as a video in itself.
Well, there was only one with stuffed horses, which is the palace, the museum under the palace itself in Gamlistan. But the Army Museum does have 4 monkeys.
Why?
That are stuffed and beating the shit out of each other as the very first thing. In fact, it's one of my projects.
Why does
But is it? I don't think it's a project that I've published. I'm just going to quickly go to my projects and see if I can link that.
Why?
Because that was just why do you keep saying why? Why would you not?
Why 4 monkeys?
Because it's the Army Museum.
Oh, Tuffy Are they stuffed or just standing really still?
All fairly certain they're staffed. Fairly certain. Shall we have a look at the next one while I dig this out?
Yes, please.
Da, 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 da.
Evok Kebab, if you're still here, you're once again featured on the Unofficial Hobby Hangout. He's doing banana colored something.
Could be, or Italians as they were known during the war. More importantly, the cockerel hatted ones.
So Banana Man is Italian.
But yes, the spring clean on the Soviet vehicles was quite impressive in and of itself, it has to be said. There are obviously substantially more stuff coming. I like the... oh, yeah, yeah. Even, I mean, you'll hit the Yanks a bit further down. It's one of these ongoing, it'll never end type of things. Who's
The funny thing is, some of these vehicles we are still starting to see again in a certain part of Europe.
It's my project log, which I'll have to put public.
That's one of the most German things to have, a project to log all your projects.
Yeah. Let me just edit this.
Italian bananas. Or you could just put in the link to the actual picture. Because it's WordPress, it will just show the picture.
Will it?
Yes.
Oh. No. I opened image in new tab and it opened straight into my media type thing. So that was a lie.
Maybe they edited it for the project system.
Lie.
Usually on WordPress that works that way.
Well, didn't this time. Let's just publish this because it'll mean nothing to anybody, but at least you'll be able to see what it is. Severe lack of logs. Well, they've used them all. Trying to get to the Narva line. Bastards. That's all right. They'll get a hell of a pasting when they reach there. Oh. Pub dated. Oh.
A severe lack of logs on the Soviet vehicles. Well, yep.
The images are in a cease and desist. Apparently, Bunny. There you go. Anyway, yeah, Ewok's ridiculous, I think it's safe to say, amount of armor for bolt action. A game which, and I can't stress this enough, should not have vehicles.
Isn't that an infantry-based game?
Theoretically, yes, although it's not marketed as one by Warlord. They do keep selling people bigger and bigger armored vehicles with more ridiculous armor and huger guns. And then you're left going, oh my god, but my pistol can only go 6 inches. This makes no sense. But your massive tiger's on the table. Surely I should be able to hit it from a fucking other side of the board.
I don't know why this just jumped to me. Maybe because if this is a game for skirmish-like infantry battles, and if you put more vehicles in, maybe you just scale it down and go to a smaller detail to have battalions. Today, somebody
just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Somebody on FacePage, in the Star Wars Legion group, asked,
"When's the fire sale starting?"
No, not that one.
Okay, just checking.
Has anybody done an adaptation for the rules for 6 mil?
Sure, why not?
And I was, I don't think anybody has. If you find some working rules, let me know. Epic Star Wars Legion.
Does Chain of Command, I'm calling it that because there's only one cock and it's not Chain of Command. Does Chain of Command have random movement? Asking for a friend. Epic Star Wars will be just after they've fire sealed Legion. Oh no, it's
Oh.
average perfect. Oh my god. Average dice are great. Random movement is not. Anyway, but yeah, it's nice to see Ewok uh, changing up a notch with some Italians. What he got from out of nowhere.
So this is the next project, or is this the one that you wanted to show off?
Oh, that's what I want to show you. That's how the Army Museum in Stockholm starts their museum. Look at the tiny winky on that monkey. No, you don't need to look at anything because it is just a list of my projects and how far along I am. But just go ahead and look at it. Look at the little winky on the monkey, and it has a little like uh, plaque going since the earliest days of primates. They have always fought, or something like that. You know, so that is the start of the Swedish Army Museum's tour. So, you know, warfare, it's always been with us ever since we were monkeys with tiny winkies biting each other. Tiny winky monkeys.
Well, that's a way to start a museum for sure.
Fucking right. It's a way to do it. Ewok.
Oh.
Just churn through them. Because I've seen people, I mean, even really basic paint jobs, so substantially less work than you've done on yours. And then you go on to Fleabay and you see people are charging like 50 quid for a 10-man unit. And you're going, what? But that box set only costs 20 quid or whatever it is, and you get 30.
Pro-painted.
Pro-painted my arse.
If your arse was pro-painted, that would get a lot more money on the market.
Well, yeah, maybe not. Anyway, so yes.
Paint all your butts, people, and show off in the project system, and we'll make golden butt things happen.
Golden butt thing. Or, I mean, if you get the chance to lay your hands on 4 monkey figures that you can have, you could recreate the Stockholm Museum by the medium of fighting monkeys.
Just don't let Justin get close to that.
Yep. Anyway, I digress.
I'm getting lightheaded, in case you didn't notice.
Was it the monkey penis did it?
Yes, I'm aroused by dead, stuffed animals having a wank. Intelligent Mr. Toad is doing Ben's own work and doing Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Testicular fortitude. As if you would have known.
Very apt, considering the monkeys.
All things, as I said earlier, all stars align tonight.
Good old Swan Morton. Where would we be without their? Oh well. Here's where we see where you live on the divide. I use number 11s as standard. Are you one of these horrible 10As with your big thick blade? Anyway, yes. Intelligent Mr. Toad's titles are particularly good. Added to the screens of text that go with it, because generally he has an interesting sense of humor, to say the least. Oh, number 4s. Oh, how very.
You then would yell, whoopsie!
But this is a plan to force. I think force is the correct word. A bunch of his friends into playing Board of the Things. So, in a similar style to Stalingrad, the focus has been shifted to Middle Earth, and therefore a boatload of work is ongoing, both terrain and objectives. So there you have some sort of giant hula hoop. Not sure where that's there. But the miniatures, the terrain, the objective markers, there was a really nice rusted statue of a dwarf as well. Although I'd like to imagine any dwarf making a statue would make it out of something that wasn't prone to such aggressive rustation.
Seeing this miniature of One Ring, did you get the that Magic the Gathering had made a Lord of the Rings crossover?
I seen it when Ben did a news article on it.
Did you all also know that they actually made a single card for that game, the One Ring, with foil printed?
Right. It's like a spoof card. If you play it, then you win, styling.
Not really. So the actual ring is a normal card in Magic the Gathering, but they made a one-off for foiled. It's a 1/1, and some collector has found it and has turned down offers for the card up to $2 million.
Oh, it was literally a one-off, not
Yes,
just a
a
rare.
literal one-off.
Wow.
Put in one random pack
One
of
random
cards.
pack. Yeah, well, isn't it? Ah.
Well, at 2 million, even the Black Lotus gets.
Oh yeah, the Black
fucked.
Lotus is a bargain at that stage. Fuck it, buy 5. Well, actually, don't buy 5 because you can't field 5. But you know,
Why would
4.
people buy a single card for 2? I know why they would. They're collectors.
Because
So
they have more money than sense,
and
or they're looking
that's
at tax write-off.
the icing on the cake.
Either or.
It's an investment in the future.
Yeah, right. Anywho, to go to the chocolate factory. Oh, that would be good. Did you know they're making another Charlie and the Chocolate Factory film?
A third?
Where some child is playing Willy Wonka and I think it's Hugh Grant is playing the Oompa Loompa.
What?
That, you know, that Notting Hill fella, Hugh Grant. You know the one.
Yeah.
I think it's him. It's somebody like that. It's like some, you know, English actor who should know better is playing one of the tiny Oompa Loompas. But they have made them orange again with green hair, like the proper Willy Wonka film. But that's still not going to encourage anybody to go and see it.
Why would you redo a movie that has been done twice and only once was good?
Because people are, well, I can tell you why they do it. They do it because they're frightened of taking risks on new ideas. So rather than do something that's a decent story, it's easier to sell something that already has people. You don't have to tell people what a thing is. Don't have to sell the idea if you can just sell the name.
People are so exhaustingly stupid at times.
Soviet version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, just like potato. Is
Vodka
potato.
Factory. This is where we make vodka.
Kyle
Really wonder.
MacLachlan is Paul Atreides.
Treat.
We've been over this. So really come back there. Oh, it's visible.
Fear is the mind killer.
I mean, it's shit like that will get you locked in a cupboard while somebody sucks on an oxygen tank and beats the shit out of your crush. I'm just saying.
Oh god.
So yes, it will be interesting to see where
Totally don't.
Where the Intelligent Mr. Toad goes with his Lord of the Rings. Will we see big full-on type things? Because obviously Stalingrad, he has started to get some battle reports filmed and uploaded as well by a friend. So it's possible that at some point there may be some videography footage of that.
That would be interesting.
I'm trying to think what it's called. It's Ministry of Miniatures is his friend's YouTube channel. So there you go. Expect all of Middle Earth to be fully recreated. Well, it makes sense.
Well, then let's head on to the next project.
Is that one?
I guess. G-Group. Entropy City. I think I haven't seen this before, so...
Oh, we have, because it's the Bruce's. But we seen it right at the very start when he was going, I fancy doing this. and that was like last year, and then it had been put to private for a long time. It had been subsequently put back to public, and it'd gone back to it. So this is a beat 'em up bikey game round Entropy City. Bit Road Rash meets Gaslands meets Fisticuffs. So he has been working through a ton of playtesting.
That carpet is doing a number on my eyes.
It's just a good ride carpet. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Especially with me being intoxicated.
Also, don't worry about that either. So there has been, like I say, a substantial amount of time put into working on it, so much so that his other project slept. He's terrible lazy bastard. But there's also been a few sort of work in progress battle reports and things in it as well. So it is still not a refined finished product. However, Beast Raban and Sting, yeah, Sting was great. Fade, wasn't that his name? Pretty sure it was.
Or was it Mr. Police?
No. Remember the time when somebody was playing some sort of strange accordion squeeze box while the Baron floated around and the Beast walked in and ripped the tongue out of a cow that was hanging upside down and then just chuckled to himself as he gnawed on that, and the Baron floated around like a lunatic. Great days.
The most memorable scene on that movie was for me when he had this little drink pack and just crushed the little animal inside.
Yes, that was good. Like a juice box.
Yeah. Like the ones I had to school at that age.
It was great. I mean, it wasn't as good as the time they made Thufa Howard milk the cat rat every day to get the antidote to the poison in his system. He must milk it. It's just a rat sellotaped upside down to a bald cat. It was fucking great. That all came out of David Lynch's head. None of that was in the book. Huh? Squeeze and squeeze. I mean, I just need to go back and rewatch it.
Oh, I tried to remember what was the Naked Lunch. That's a movie that did a number on me when we watched it in the cinema.
That's Cronenberg.
No, that's David Lynch, is it?
Is it? I thought Naked Lunch was Cronenberg.
No, that's David Lynch.
Oh,
chat, audience.
They all start to blur after a while.
Whoever made it, that thing really threw me off.
Oh, Society's great.
Society as in Society or a movie called Society?
No, there's a film called... If you've not seen Society, then that should be your homework for next week.
Oh, every time you say that, I'm getting out scarred.
It's such a delightful... Well, they are high society and they're having a delightful meal. Damon is just giving you nothing but good advice.
Is that the one where they feed each other to death?
Don't worry about it. Just watch it.
Is it that one?
Just go ahead and watch
it. An old French movie.
Shh.
Because if it is, I have seen it. And it's called Das große Fressen, the big chewy.
Shh. Don't worry about it.
I'm just going to look that up now. I'm scared.
Oh, should be scrolling through the Bruce's thing there to see his stuff. Look, he even did a whole thing using AI art because Warren presumably forced it into him after a while. That's how that one goes.
Yeah. Somebody made a interesting comment on that. I think it was on Discord today. I'm not going to rephrase that because I barely can remember. It made me chuckle.
No, I need to know what it was. What was it, people? What was it?
I'm pretty sure. I'm very certain I can't remember. I only knew
Easy,
God help
tiger.
me. Love to suckle on a mukbang while watching bodies melt together in society.
Shh, don't worry about it. Just
It
watch it.
doesn't make any sense. Hold on a sec.
Just no. There's no need to hold on.
Thank the gods for private browsing. American body horror movie, directed by Brian Yuzna, starring Billy Warlock and Devin DeVasquez. Never heard of that.
Maybe Das Boot had all been a fever dream from Duke Atreides as he was lying there off his nut after the doctor had drugged him up and left him there.
Well, that would make sense since as the movie last night I saw, he said, we made our force on this planet by air and marine forces. So,
I mean, Caladan is just covered in rough, huge seas all the time. So, I mean, it's entirely possible. You would have thought he was some sort of weird ship's captain at some point, trapped in a tube. I mean, it all makes perfect sense.
Tauchen!
And the thing was, all the doctor was trying to do was get Sam Beckett to leap home. Ziggy says there's a 72% chance if you spit this gas into Baron Harkonnen's face, you'll leap home. Oh boy. Dee 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 dee. Oh, the Dasput June Quantum Leap crossover that we never knew we needed. Sweet.
Yeah, but judging by the trailer, I've never watched Society.
Oh, why would you watch the trailer before you watch the show? You can't have your pudding until you've eaten your greens.
Because I eat my greens.
Oh my god.
I have eaten them.
Sub's great, Tuffy. Crew's not done, but sub's great. Yeah.
So any more interesting movie recommendation to rob me of my sleep and the rest sanity I have?
Sleep/innocence.
My innocence is gone.
Oh, sorry then.
I have a child to prove
Sasquatch?
it.
Well, what about... well, actually, I just wait for Crispin to type it in there because I see the well appear and I was about to say it myself.
That's the one. We've seen...
Petey Wheatstraw!
And to be fair, I think I need to rewatch that when I'm sober.
Oh, yeah. It's all good in the hood.
Basically, there's way too many good movies to watch already made. They actually could just stop making new movies.
Why would you do that? Well, good news in that respect, because they have stopped making new movies.
Yeah.
And TV shows. Meaning the only thing that'll be left, right? And I know there's an awful lot of people out there going, oh, blah, 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 thank God. The Hollywood wokerati and all that nonsense. They're not getting a job at the moment. It means the only thing we'll be left to watch will be reality TV because it's not scripted. How does everybody enjoy their future of nothing but Big Brother and Bargain Hunt and shit like that being on 24/7 because there won't be anything else?
And the worst thing is people are now saying or advocating for AI generated stuff. AI can only train on what's there, and it's giving you a what's it called?
Star crash. Halt the flow of time for 3 minutes. You don't get to be emperor of the universe without learning a few tricks.
It only gets you the medium on everything that's in it, so you will be just getting shit.
Yeah, Tucker and Dave versus Evil are great. Actually, what was the other one? Similar to that, but different. It was a TV show. It contained the guy from Platoon. Bob. Got a bad feeling about this. What was his name?
Oh,
He was one of the Bobs in Office Space. Hi, Bobs.
will the strikes in Hollywood impact the unofficial hobby hangout?
Well, we are tightly scripted, but not by them.
Yeah, we have some monkeys and typewriters.
John C. McGinley. John C. McGinley is in a TV show called Against Evil. It got cancelled after like 2 seasons, as is always the want of these things.
Well, Nako, I think the problem is cinemas need to rent the movies, and if the company holding rights to the movie isn't renting out the movie, you're not getting it. It's not like they can go to a rental store like private people could. Will it affect the weekend and news section? Will we no longer just get Webster news?
Oh, again, that depends on when Ben takes his next holiday.
Well, this week
Stand Against Evil. That's what it's called. Stand Against Evil. Great show.
This week we will be only getting Infinity news. That's for sure.
Probably not, actually.
Well, most of the time.
Yeah, but none of it's going to be out. So if people want to see the Infinity stuff, that's what all the videos are for.
Oh, and
Fuck my hat, there are a lot of Infinity fans out there.
Help me get my head around this correctly. So the wording is comment on any video or article on YouTube or Beast of War on tabletop. Will people get multiple entries, or is it regardless on how many times you comment on these things to get into?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. So the way I do it is I randomly pick a video or article, and then I randomly pick a winner from that.
Okay. Well, in that case,
so theoretically, yeah, you could go fucking nuts.
Yeah. So basically, if you want to maximize your choices, you need to comment on everything.
Yeah. YouTube removes. I can remove duplicate comments on the same videos, so it's just one per person per thing, but it could be video 1 on one of them, and it could be video 7 on the next one. It could be video 8 on the last one, or maybe both off videos. Who knows? Who knows? Who cares?
That's just.
If I could, Jam, I would expect a Mantic heavy show from me when GW released the Old World, regardless of whether or not Mantic have released anything for fucking Kings of War that week. Fuck them. They're 30 mil bases. Pricks.
We need some company to eat Games Workshop.
I don't think anybody's going to do that.
Yeah, but that would be funny.
No, the only possible solace is at some point the shareholders who are pushing for more and more will hit a point where they push the board too far in releases or price increases, and then the whole thing goes tits up.
Yeah.
Then they just sell it off and just walk away as GW burns to the ground. That's it. It will be the proverbial car crash, but it could be years before that happens. So yeah, right square on every video. Just copy paste, mate. It saves you just Control V the whole time. You don't even have to worry about writing it. Just write it once.
In some YouTube video,
paste that squirrel there.
In the past, I've seen somebody talk about it's basically on the extreme end. Games Workshop is making miniatures for one collector and is selling kits for 2 million a piece, but since that's not viable, they need to go the other extreme.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it exactly. So at some point it will happen. It's just not going to happen soon enough.
Oh, James is tainted. He owns a share of Gumulu.
That means, though, that Jam can do interesting things. Like he can show up to shareholder meetings. He can go to Nottingham, go up to Lenton, at head office and ask to see the board's contracts and see what they're getting paid.
Isn't there a clause that you need to have some amount of shares for
You need to
that?
have one share. That legally in Great Britain, that is what he needs. You have
Okay.
to have a share, and that gets you access to all their fucking information.
That reminds me of that one fellow who sold off most of his possessions to buy, I think it was Nintendo stock, to be invited to the stockist, what you call it, meeting over the year, and then he had asked about the hairstyles available on video game characters in Splatoon.
Nice. It's a good way of doing it.
Okay, that's dedication. I can applaud to that.
Mark Thomas used to do it all the time. Mark Thomas, as everybody knows, fantastic comedian, and he would buy a single share in a bank or in some company that were like drug dumping in Africa or whatever, and then would show up at the head office with a camera crew and demand to be let in to see shit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was fucking great.
I think I need to
Good
read up on
times.
how the ruling in Germany is. That sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you can do it, you should definitely do it. You know, why not stick your in and annoy them all?
That should be very fun.
That's what they're there for.
Ah,
Also, if you use the phrase "I own you," that's always good as well. Tell me what to do. I own you. Now, you may find some companies will require certain things, like you have to give them advance notice, but it'll be in there somewhere as long as you have a share. They can't stop you looking.
I wish I could just do that.
I don't know if Roundtree's still there. Who knows? I haven't paid attention to them in so long. I honestly couldn't give a fuck what they do these days.
Oh, you know what really annoys me?
Round bases.
Yes, also those, but the book that's on pre-order, the two-parter, from the two lads having worked on.
Yes, talking miniatures.
Yes. I really wish I had the funds for that. It just feels like this would be an awesome read.
I really enjoyed the bits that I got to read and then fix for them.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. The comment on the XLBS.
Classic.
It this is the one place where you're not only technically correct, but you're more correct than the people having actually the recalling of the events.
Who proofread this / edited it? Robin Jews, editor of White Dwarf.
Do you know if there's any plans on translating that?
I don't. A lot will come down to how well it sells. I imagine. So at the moment, probably not, because it might only get one printing, depending on how. The fact they've had to do it as 2 volumes in a slipcase right off the bat probably doesn't help matters either.
No, it doesn't.
So I was going through one of the pages, and it was one of the artists. I can't remember who, but anyway, they were talking about their like first role-playing experience was Tunnels and Trolls 2nd edition, and had the yellow cover A5 booklet, and I've got that, or at least I have it somewhere. I haven't been able to find it in about 6 years, but I still have the solo books behind. I was like, that's fucking class. And there was a lot of time going through, going up, got that, got it, need it for my collection. So yeah.
I was just wondering because my wife today asked me for, well, what do you want for Christmas for your birthday? So many things. So many things.
Big bag of square bases. Can't go wrong with square bases.
Well, I
Good.
have
Put miniatures on them.
I have square bases and I have miniatures.
All right, you're halfway there then. Did I say? I didn't say, because I never get a chance to talk about my stuff because people keep showing holiday snaps. I got Nog and the Nog.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That was fucking awesome. Nog the Nog and some medball teams. I got the little fucker. Yes.
Yeah, kill one, first blood.
Kill one and 5 more jump up to take his place, like those skeletons from Jason and the Argonauts. But yeah, Bot War. Looking forward to getting the dinos. Shay's looking forward to playing the dinosaurs when I get my dinosaurs and then paint my dinosaurs. Shay's going, it's dinosaurs and they're Soviet dinosaurs. The wobbles would be great. Oh no, another one. Fuck you cup for me, little shits. Anyway.
Can Bot War dinos throw smaller dinos?
No, but Bot War dinos can carry Soviet cyborg robots.
What?
Yes, you heard. As a troop transport.
Me, Grimbot.
I will be painting them all like the Red Terror from the Tech TV series.
Oh God, Tech, wasn't that the Shatner one?
Nope. You're thinking of Tech Wars.
Oh, okay.
The Tech was a blue tech superhero. He was great.
Can they throw 3D printers?
No,
they
unfortunately
can't,
not.
because it's 1980s. There's no 3D
No
printers
3D printers
yet.
now. There are giant bots, but no 3D printers.
Not sure what game the Wombles would suit. Star Wars Legion as a cohort to Ewoks.
I mean, would you not? 7 TV would make perfect sense. I remember somebody was saying the other day about the Sweeney. They would really like to do a Sweeney TV show. I can't remember where Sweeney miniatures game. Was it on a XLBS? Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Somebody mentioned Sweeney, and all I could think was the Yorkshire TV, his intros, because he uses the Sweeney as his intro and outro on his videos with little stop motion cars and camera crews and stuff on the street. I was like, that's great. It was you on your stream. That was it. I knew somebody was talking about it. I was going to mention the Yorkshire Gamer, but I thought there was no point. It would take me too long to type it in and explain it all to you, and there's a delay of like 30 seconds, and it's not worth your while most of the time, unless somebody forgets to say multi-award winning before Moonstone. That does require it.
Moonstone. I'm still very much disappointed that nobody caught on your expose on how Moonstone should have been painted. All black in the night and just the moonstones giving off light.
What can I say?
Why doesn't anybody do that? People
are very
out
lazy.
there.
What can I say? Just only moonstones or object source lighting. That's all. Everything else should just be in shades of night.
People are turds.
Oh, they're just the worst. Just the worst. Good old Ken on the Yorkshire Gamer. Anyway. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Why I don't do it? Because, Orinoco, I've tried OSL. I'm horribly
it's
bad
fucking
at
seriously,
it.
you just dry brush.
I tried, Jerry. I tried.
But even I can dry brush.
Yeah, dry brushing isn't the
those
bad
fuckers out in no
part,
time.
but then adding the shades and the inks to get the actual.
Oh, I wouldn't even bother with that, to be brutally honest. I would just go with layers of dry brushing. Start wide, and then get closer and closer and closer as you get lighter in color to your source of your light from an object, if you will.
Maybe one day, but not today.
Tried to buy Ken some round dice. The company wouldn't sell them to you. Said they didn't have any. Oh, that's a shame. They used to sell round dice. Joe used to sell round dice in the dungeon. I have a friend's got a set of them still. They are, if you've never had round dice, they're a pain in the hole. If you think your dice go off the table at the moment, fucking nothing less.
Marbles.
But essentially, it's a round ball with numbers printed on it, and then inside there must be like scoops, like little divots hollowed out on the inside wall, and then there's a ball bearing. So when it rolls, it will finally settle, and that way you know where number is, because otherwise you could potentially be sitting on a fucking edge, or not an edge, but sitting between two numbers. So they have a certain amount of rattliness, but yeah, fucking they go everywhere. Doesn't matter if there's a dice tray or a bat. You could use them on a snooker table; they'd still find their way on the floor. It was nice if it is dice caps and the cats. So that would have been good though.
Crispin, if as long as you try, there's hope. One day you will hit the spot. And this will make no sense to anybody on YouTube, but come over to Twitch and watch us live. Read the chat. There's much more to learn than just two old farts talking.
Well, there's not much more left to learn. There's where did you try and order them from, Jam? Was it the dice shop? I'm going to go ahead and put in that's where we got his. Some of them have been discontinued, so they're reduced in price, but yeah, they're. I mean, they're not as expensive as skewed dice. If nobody's seen skewed dice, I will be buying some, and we'll be playing a game at some point on camera using them. Next time we have something that just requires like 2d6. Skewed dice, no face is the same. They're all like weird shapes, like it's been compressed and stretched in different ways, but it was made by a mathematician. It's as fair as a casino dice.
That's scary.
It's fucking hilarious. I just love the idea of rolling them on camera.
And people getting annoyed because you're not rolling proper dice.
Oh, there's no such thing as proper dice. Only where are they? I don't want your weird D12s, because I know they've gone on since then to do other polyhedrals. I want the standard D6.
James Scott, I need some average dice because next time somebody forces variable movement in COC on me, I'll go back.
Oh, you'll get them in the same place. I've got my little set of average dice there.
The holy grail of
the
dice.
same thing. 10 of them in case I ever need them for anything. You never know when you're going to require a set of average dice. I'll just go through the skew dice into the chat so people can see how amazingly brilliant these are.
I'm not going to say this is a scary image, but this is a scary image.
So there's nothing scary about that.
You say that.
It's great. It's an asymmetric trigonal trapezohedron.
I'm not even going to try to attempt to pronunciate that.
Anyway, they do come in a variety of colors, and like I say, they've started doing the other polyhedrals in them as well. There's only certain ones they can do. So like the D8 was fine, the D12 was fine. The D10 doesn't look any different to my eyes at all. I think that's a waste of time. The D12 doesn't look much better, and they can't do a D20 properly. So they've had to do like one of those weird D10s that are just fucking flatterer, but they're not as much fun. But I think just the straight D6 is fucking great. They come in a variety of flavors. That's I threw the link into the House of Water #BestDice for the round dice, by the way. So anyway, yeah, skew dice. They're a thing.
Wacky looking dice are actually just as fair as regular 6-sided dice. Unlike the other dice, skew dice trademarked and mirror symmetric. Jesus Christ. The length people go to make a new product.
Well, they didn't. It came up with. Now they're not the official ones. They're ones that have just been copied. But what happened was a mathematician was asked, or was talking about forms of symmetry. Now we're going to get into maths now. Mathematician was talking about forms of symmetry in a classroom one day. A professor at university, and he was talking about fairness in dice and how dice roll. So those are the official TM ones. Anyway. And then he was going, only the six-sided or the platonic solids, are fair to a certain amount. And then only the six-sided dice is fair because it's got all forms of symmetry, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody in this class went, but I have polyhedral because I'm a D&D nerd. He probably didn't say that. However, isn't that great? At which point, then the professor started thinking about what constitutes fairness in dice and in symmetries and where they come from. And then from there, the idea of a non-symmetrical dice that was still as statistically fair as a casino dice for all the faces, but without all of the forms of symmetry. Would that be possible if a D10 or a D12 or whatever doesn't have as many points of symmetry as or D20 certainly doesn't, as a D6, then, but they're still fair for a given value of fair. It should theoretically land on any one of the 20 faces. Therefore, can you have a non-symmetrical fair dice, and hence this. So this was actually done by a professor in America. You can watch a couple of videos on it online if you want to know all about the ins and outs of the statistical probability and where the thing came from. I do recommend it if you like doing that.
It's good to know that mathematicians have now solved all of really important problems, now turning their attention to less important issues like how to dice roll.
Oh. They're waiting on physicists and people like that coming up with something that requires them to explain it, but they've pretty much sorted everything at the moment, so they don't have to worry. They can just kick back and wait. Kick back. Let it all rock by. Yeah.
Looking at this picture makes my head...
It's good. It's like somebody's taken the Photoshops and squeezed and moved things, isn't it?
It's like I've had an edible or something, and it just goes whoop.
Yeah, but you don't need mathematicians
the cure for cancer is really,
cancer.
really hard. Dice as a palate cleanser.
That's all down to the biologists and virologists and people like that. Could be. Well, yeah. You could cook your skew dice.
That was my first impression when I saw the first link Jerry put up, that this isn't a mathematician, that's just a baking dice gone wrong, and now somebody's sat trying to make money off it. Ask Justin to edit all the dice and videos to skew dice. It's work, so he won't do it.
Well, no, of course not. So it was, if you want to know, his name is Professor Perseus Daconius from Stanford University.
That sounds as fake as anything.
You could say it sounds as fake as anything. That's his name. There's one of the videos.
Say his name.
That's only 13 minutes long. None of you have any excuse for not watching that. Because that is one of the shortest ones.
And the other two links I'm going to put into the video description.
Jesus.
Yes, my child. Okay, now I think it's fair to say we've passed our tightly scripted 30 minutes.
Tightly scripted.
And also 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
And on that note, my bladder is telling me you need to get rid of a liter of beer.
Nice. Wow.
So, for everybody having been here tonight, thanks for being here. Thanks for Jerry for picking these interesting little tidbits of Project T streams. And everybody
Go
on
watch
YouTube,
Society.
No.
We never got an answer about the naked lunch.
What was the question? Oh, who made it? Did it? Drum roll.
Directed by David Cronenberg. I was right. Suck it, Fritzy.
Why was I under the impression it was David Lynch?
I have no idea. Is it because that time Cronenberg did that video thing where the man put a videotape into his vagina belly? And then took a gun out later on. RoboCop, remember?
Might be.
They are. They're like that. They're very weird. They're both weird.
And hear me out on this.
Yes.
I'm just not carrying a iota.
Oh.
Thanks a lot, people. See you next week. Bye.